Hello everyone, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Gila. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the two TV, the left side Hisense QD6QV and the right side TCL P7K. First I need to talk about the Hisense QD6QV. If you see the Hisense QD6 series QLED TVs generally receive positive reviews, particularly for the picture quality, vibrant colors, and user-friendly Google TV interface. Many users praise the impressive picture and sound, especially considering the affordable price point, while the TV is good for general viewing and gaming. If you're new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater, graphics card. You can check and subscribe. The sound quality may not be optimal for all users and could benefit from an external soundbar. Additionally, some users have reported issues with packaging and potential damage during shipping. This is an excellent picture quality TV. Its highlight is good. It produces vibrant colors, sharp detail, and overall clarity of the picture. Especially when watching movies and TV shows, the Hisense QD6QV will be an ideal choice, and its price is affordable also. The Hisense QD6 series is often cited as a budget-friendly option that delivers a high-quality viewing experience. This TV has user-friendly Google TV interface. The Google TV interface is praised for its ease of use and convenient navigation. Hisense QD6QV also good for gaming. The TV's game mode, including auto low latency mode, makes it suitable for gaming with smooth motion and responsive performance, but it only 60 Hz like TCL P7K. This TV has AI Sports mode. The AI Sports mode optimizes sports content, enhancing the viewing experience with vibrant colors and immersive sound. The positive side of this TV is its sound quality. While the built-in speakers are adequate, some users find them lacking and recommend using a soundbar for a more enhanced audio experience. But the downside is its concerns about inadequate packaging leading to damage during shipping. The TV's viewing angle is not very wide, so it may not be ideal for viewing with a large group and not the brightest. While the TV offers good brightness, it may not be the best option for very bright rooms, and it can have some noticeable motion blur with fast-moving content. Overall, the Hisense QD6 series is a solid option for those looking for an affordable QLED TV with good picture quality and a user-friendly interface. While the sound and viewing angle may not be optimal for all users, the TV provides a good overall viewing and gaming experience, especially considering its price point. Now, if you see the TCL P7K, TCL P7K looks a touch cheap and cheerful. The frame around the screen is at more or less regulation with it by today's standards, but despite sporting a mild metallic sheen, it still looks and feels rather plasticky. 2 feet it sits on are about as basic and plastic again as could be too. I like Hisense QD6QV design than TCL P7K. The screen is relatively silhouette around the back for a budget directly LCD model though. Despite some grilled areas of the rear panel suggesting that TCL has had a go at fitting its TV with a decently powerful speaker system. That said, there's no sign of the sort of large rear-mounted subwoofer found on models higher up TCL's TV range. The P7K ships with a serviceable remote control. Its long and thin design feels comfortable in your hand, and while its finish is plasticky, it's reasonably weighty and well laid out. The TCL P7K is so cheap, especially for 65-inch TV, that its price passes as a key feature. But that's far from the only interesting trick it has up its sleeve. Its 4K resolution panel specification is unexpectedly promising for starters, thanks to its use of VA rather than IPS panel and direct LED lighting. VA panels usually deliver better contrast than IPS ones, while putting the LEDs directly behind the screen rather than around its edges typically helps a TV achieve more control over its light. Even when, as in the TCL P7K's case, there's no local dimming system in play. The screen doesn't carry a quantum dot color system, but it's still a white color gamut panel that TCL reckons can cover as much as 95% of the DCI P3 color spectrum. typically used in the high dynamic range mastering. It also excellently supports all four of the main HDR formats like HLG, HD10, HD10 Plus, Dolby Vision. Many premium TVs, including those from Sony, Samsung, and LG, still only cater for 3 of the 4 HDR formats. The Dolby Vision support even extends to a Dolby Vision game picture mode so that owners of Xbox Series X consoles or Dolby Vision capable PCs can play in Dolby Vision without suffering high levels of input lag. In fact, the TCL P7K's game modes get the time the screen takes to render graphics down to at an extremely rapid 9.7 milliseconds, such like Hisense QD6QV. Hisense QD6QV also produce very low input lag. We're not done with the TCL P7K's gaming features either, thanks to TCL's gaming accelerator technology. For instance, it claims to support refresh rates up to 120 Hz, though to be clear, the panel is only 60 Hz, just like Hisense QD6QV, not it. The game accelerator uses so-called dual-line gate technology to achieve 120 Hz, an approach that involves reducing the image's resolution. According to Xbox Series X's display assessment screen with the 120 Hz DLG option selected on the P7K, the supported resolution if you choose 120 Hz playback from your Xbox menu reduces to 1440p. You can call up a dedicated game bar menu screen when gaming too, which gives you information on the gaming signal the TV is receiving as well as access to a small selection of gaming assistants. These include an on-screen target reticle shadow enhancement feature for raising the brightness of dark picture areas to make it easier to spot lurking enemies, and the choice of game genre presets. There's VRR support too. The TCL P7K's connection includes 3 HDMIs, one of which supports HDMI ER for shipping sound out from the TV to compatible soundbars and AVRs, and all of which support 4K HDR 60 Hz gaming or 1440p 120 Hz gaming using the dual line gate technology. Elsewhere, there's a pair of power USB ports, satellite and aerial inputs, a LAN port, an optical digital audio output, and a headphone jack, plus there's support for Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.0 wireless streaming, just like Hisense QD6. Surprisingly, for such an affordable TV, the TCL P7K carries a fairly serious processing brain capable of working across multiple picture performance areas. The ARPQ processor is actually responsible for the non-native 120 Hz capabilities, but also claims to apply AI machine learning know how to improve clarity, color, returning colors based on volume, saturation, and contrast, among other things, to allegedly make them look more realistic. Motion HDR tone mapping, HDR10 to the screen capabilities, and contrast also good. Last but not least, on the TCL P7K, surprisingly lengthy feature list is an Android TV smart system. This delivers all the streaming features and apps usually associated with Android TV in the usual attractive, if rather tutorial menu system. Unlike TCL's previous generation of TVs, though the P7K has a nice extra for the UK in the shape of Freeview Play app. This brings all of the UK's main terrestrial broadcaster catch-up apps together in one easy-to-browse place and solves Google's current issues with not carrying the BBC iPlayer or all 4 apps. If you see the picture quality of the TCL and Hisense, TCL produced more detail than Hisense, but Hisense QD6QV produced a bit more brightness. TCL P7K doesn't stand out so much from the competition as some of TCL's step-up TVs have over the past 12 months. That's not to say, though, that is not still interesting to anyone who thought they didn't have a prayer of getting a well-featured 65-inch TV for under €500. The most unexpected strength of the TCL P7K pictures is the color. Despite not using quantum dots like a Hisense QD6QV, but tones across the board look surprisingly vibrant than Hisense QD6QV, yet not to a degree that looks unnatural or gaudy. Maybe even more surprisingly, for such a cheap TV, the engaging vibrancy doesn't come at the expense of subtle shading, blending, and tonal control. So colors tend to look balanced and natural, and they contribute to a good sense of solidity and depth. Native 4K sources look quite sharp and detailed for such a cheap 4K TV too, without telltale signs such as wasted object exaggerated grain that might suggest that the sharpness is being conjured up by the AIP2 processing rather than being native to the TV. Also, especially with Dolby Atmos soundtracks, the set manages to play sound effects, including voices, quite accurately within the space of the screen, creating a fairly busy sense of detail that compensates to some extent for the lack of forward projection. But Hisense QD6QV sound is better than TCL P7K. So if you're hoping for the same sort of rip-roaring this TV value rule look from the crazily cheap 65-inch TCL has delivered recently with its more premium TVs, the P7K doesn't deliver. At the same time though, while it might not be a bona fide budget classic, the P7K is still good enough and especially richly featured enough to make it easily worth the every penny of its eye-wideningly slight asking price. But Hisense QD6QV is the winner for a budget TV, I will say. So what's your thought about these two TV? Please write in the comments below. That's it from now.